Right, right.
We did the day of quiet party. We went to Animal Kingdom, I think, in the morning. Had lunch, breakfast with all the characters, and then we did the.
So Mondays, I'm doing, research all over my 3 things, and then
I ate today. Oh, I'm trying to wind down a little.
What is that? Are we eating all props tonight?
No, just bolster. A strap for sure. Yeah.
oh, also, last week we had our funky Fridays, and here. Awesome. Yeah. It was good.
It's fun, but just having that chair makes you more. I think if you grab my hand, I just need bits. Again, I think
We're gonna get a bolster again. Well, I wore a red one already yesterday. Better.
red spot.
Today. Okay.
Oh gosh.
No. This morning she was pretty easy on us.
I was very easy.
Yes, very easy this morning. It was more like.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get Mom's house
You know, that was-
painted, so
that
when
was
she
kinda
goes
cool,
to Texas,
Yeah.
Honestly, all day I was trying
Andy
to
Mac
like
can come
chill.
in and do all the
I was pretty
handling.
chill all day.
Well, that's a good way to start out your day.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice.
And like Megan and Colleen never get to make it a restorative.
No.
I always feel kind of bad. I'm like, you guys need a little restorative. Plus, I was not.
Does Holly come?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Mm-mm. No, just Colleen and Megan.
Oh, Colleen.
Yeah.
You said Holly.
Yeah. I haven't seen Holly in some time.
I haven't seen Holly. Well, I guess I saw her at the funeral, but.
Right.
Um,
So, have some fun stuff planned for tonight.
Oh dear.
got a
I
date.
do just want to mention though, we're not going to do any kind of hopping. We're not going to do a ton of stuff on our feet. We might do a little bit, but not like we normally would. But we are going to do quite a bit of core work. And I do just want to mention that if having your head lifted off the floor just creates tension in your neck and your shoulders, just keep it on the ground. Or the other thing you can do is throw me your strap. You make a little head thing, right? You just let your head like kind of rest up in there. And then that way you're not lifting it all the way up, right? You're not really pulling and cranking on the neck, you're just resting it there. So
You can hold it.
alright, so go ahead and grab a block and lay down. I got a new playlist for us tonight too, guys. It's all ladies. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright. So whatever comfy reclined position that you prefer. You can lay flat, you can lay with your feet on the floor, knees knocked together, hands in any position you'd like, eyes open or closed. And once you find your comfy spot, fidgeting out of the way, start to connect with your breathing. So taking a nice full breath in through your nose, feeling the belly, feeling the chest, and then exhale all of the air out. Nice and easy. On each exhale to release the shoulders a little bit more into the ground. The muscles in the face start to relax a little bit more. I want you to bring your hands to your rib cage. And think about with each breath expanding the body into the hands, feeling it kind of fill up like a balloon, and then exhale, letting all the air come out and feeling this drawing down and into the body. Inhale, everything kind of expands and goes out a little bit, and then exhale, pulling all of that area together, letting the belly drop down a little bit more. Deep breath in and out. Keeping that breath. Start to scan through the body, just taking inventory on how it's doing today. We don't want to force anything into areas that feel tight or sore. You want to give a little grace and maybe ease back a little bit in those spaces. Being mindful when you're coming in and out of poses, especially if it's targeted towards that area. And then eventually moving that awareness into our mental space, our thoughts and our emotions that have been in our brain. How has your Tuesday been so far? If your legs are extended out nice and long, go ahead and bring your feet onto the floor. Knees bent up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat and let both knees drop off to the right. Arms are in whatever position you'd like. We'll come up through center. Legs will go off to the left. We'll bring the knees back up towards the ceiling. Bring the left knee into the chest. Keep the hands by your side and just bend and straighten this left knee. Point and flex the foot. Roll the ankle around a little bit. Wiggle your toes. Just feeling the tightness in the left leg. And we'll take the left foot to the floor. Right knee will come into the chest. We'll bend and straighten this right leg. Pointing and flexing the foot. Rolling the ankle around. Rolling the toes. Just getting some movement in the legs right now. And then right foot will come down to the floor. We'll bring the left knee back into the chest. Bring the hands behind the left thigh and stretch the heel up towards the ceiling. The leg doesn't have to go completely straight. It can have a little bend in it. That's all right. Go ahead and flex your foot, toes coming back towards your knee. And then we'll bend the left knee, keeping it into the chest. Extend the right leg out nice and long. Right hand on the knee, left arm's gonna go out to the side in a goalpost shape, palm face up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, we're gonna take the knee over to the right for a twist. Keeping the left shoulder on the floor as much as possible. Back to center, hand will come back onto the knee, give it a little hug, and then extend it out nice and long. Bring the right knee into the chest. Hands are going to come behind the thigh, stretch the heel up towards the ceiling, and then flex the right foot. So your toes are coming back towards your knee. Heel pressing up towards the ceiling. Again, the right leg doesn't have to be straight. And have a soft bend in it. And then we'll bend the knee into the chest. Left hand on the knee, right arm's going to come out in a goalpost, palm face up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, take the twist. Knee's gonna go off to the left, shoulders stay on the floor, both feet are flexed. If it feels better to extend the arm, you can. Otherwise, keep it in the goalpost for 2 more breaths. Last one. We'll come back to center, give the right knee a little hug, and then extend it out nice and long. Reach both arms up overhead, lengthen out through the toes and the fingers. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees come to chest, and then feet come to the floor. Grab your block, bring your block in between your thighs on the low setting. Feet are on the ground, toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. We're gonna push down into the feet, tuck the tailbone towards your heels, and then lift the hips up off the floor. It doesn't matter how high they lift. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs, back of the head's on the ground, shoulders and scapulas are on the ground. Pushing down into the feet, squeezing the block, and then without moving your legs, I want you to hug your heels back towards your hips.
What?
Yeah, exactly. What? So,
What did you just say?
drag your heels back towards your hips without moving them, Bring them back, and then act as if you're gonna pull them back.
Oh,
without
gotcha.
moving.
All right.
Yes. You guys feel that
I
now?
like.
Do we feel that? Now we're going to bring your arms up towards the ceiling. Pull back on the left fingertips, and then the right is alternating side to side. Roll the wrist around a little bit. Flex and extend the wrist, and then take the arms up overhead, palms face up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the block, lift the hips just a smidge more. Hands are going to come back by your sides. We'll lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Nice. Keep the block in between the knees. Interlace the hands, bring the hands behind the head. Again, if you don't want to lift the head, you don't have to. We're going to take a breath in. Exhale, lift up. Shoulder blades off the mat. Looking at your thighs or up towards the ceiling. Want you to think about lifting up just a little bit more. And a little bit more. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release the shoulders and the head down. Exhale, come back up. And then I want you to take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh and reach forward more with the right hand. Reach forward a little bit more. Hand comes behind the head and then you come down. Inhale. Exhale up. Twist to the left. Right hand will extend like you're going to shake the person to your left hand. And then I want you to lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Here, there you go. Woo. Squeeze the block. Foot comes down. Hand comes down and you come down. Take a breath in. Exhale up. Twist to the left. Right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh. The leg is optional. Kicking it out at an angle, flexing the foot. Lift up a little bit more off that shoulder. Hand comes behind the head, foot comes down, you come down. Breath in, exhale up. Last one on this side. We're going to twist, hand, foot, squeeze the block. Lift up a little bit more. Take your right hand, reach towards your left toes. Left foot comes down, right hand comes behind the head, you come down. Set the arms out to the side for a moment. Take a couple breaths. Then we're going to go to the other side. So you're just going to the right. All right, I don't go left, right. You're just going to the right. Hands come back behind the head. Take a breath in. Then exhale, lift up. Think shoulder blades off the floor, head resting in the hands, right? You're not cranking on the hands at all. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift up. No twist yet. Hold here. Squeeze the block. Inhale, lower. Exhale, now lift up, twist to the right, and extend the left hand to the outside of that right knee. Beautiful. Hand comes behind the head. Inhale, lower, back down. Exhale, lift up, twist to the right, left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now, if you're ready, extend the right leg up. There you go. Right foot comes down, hand comes behind the head, and then you come down. Nice and easy, not rushed. Exhale up, twist to the right. Hand comes to the outside of the knee, and then the leg extends. Perfect. Foot comes down, hand comes behind the head, inhale, lower. 2 more like that. Exhale up. Twist to the right, doesn't take much. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, extend the leg. Nice. Foot comes down, hand comes behind the head, you come down. Last one. Exhale up. Twist to the right. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, extend the right leg. Reach up towards your right toes. You're going to reach them. You're going to touch them. You're going to touch them. Extendo arm. Foot comes down. Hand comes behind the head. You come down. Remove the block. Whew. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Perfect. Now we're going to bring the feet to the floor. This one's going to be a little bit more forgiving. We're going to also work with the hips a little bit. So feet are on the ground. I want you to bring the right knee into the chest, flex the right foot, and then I want you to take your right knee out to the side. Here we go. Bring it back in. Take it to the right. Bring it back in. Take it to the right. One more like that. Now I want you to extend the right foot up towards the ceiling. Take your hands and grab the edges of your mat. Do a slight tuck of the tailbone, push down into your left foot, lift the hips off the floor. Woo. 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 Bend the right knee, set the foot back down to the ground. Left knee is going to come into the chest, and we're going to extend the right foot up. There you go. Take the hips down, bend the left knee, and then same thing what we were doing. Taking the left knee out to the side, bringing it back in. Taking the left knee out, bring it back in. Do that 2 more times. It's called external rotation of that left hip joint. And then bring it back in. Nice. Left foot's going to come down to the ground. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Hands wherever you want, on the body, out to the side, palms face up. Eyes can be open or closed. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths. and bring the knees together, feet back to the floor. Now this next core work that we're gonna do is gonna have a couple of different options, all right? You can keep the heads down, or halfway through I'm gonna cue for you to lift it up, all right? So we're gonna bring our hands by our sides, feet are on the floor, palms face down. I want you to bring the right knee into the chest and point your toe. Here we go. Perfect. Now I want you just to tap those toes to the floor. Tap, bring them up. Tap, up, tap, up. You can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. We're gonna stay here, or in 3, 2, 1. Hands come behind the head, lift the head and the shoulders up, and keep going. Knee in, tap the toes. Nice. You can also bring the hands by your side. However, I like to keep a little hammock for the head. Knee in, tap toes, bring it back up. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, release the shoulders and the head if you have them lifted. Heel toe the feet apart a little bit, and then let the knees fall in together. Feet come back towards each other. Left knee comes into the chest, point the toe, and then same thing. Tapping left toes down, bring them in. Tap, bring them in. Don't worry about how far out you're going with the toes. That'll come into play in a little bit. Option to keep the head down or lift it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come behind the head. Option to lift up. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring both knees into the chest. Both feet are up. Lift up a little bit more. Bring your hands out to the side. Then I want you to push down with the hands. There we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs out at an angle. Stay lifted. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Knees come in. Release. Left foot's going to come to the floor. We're going to do half happy baby pose. Bring the right arm on the inside of the right leg. Grab the big toe or the pinky toe side of the foot. And then extend the foot up towards the ceiling, knee out to the side. There you go. So switch hands, Blanca. There you go. Perfect. Now the other thing with this is you want to be pushing down into the foot as the foot's resisting the hand. I'm just going to add a little extra. Right foot's going to come down to the floor. We're going to bring both knees into the chest. This one's always fun. So you bring your knees in line with your hips so your feet are parallel with the floor, right? Think like a 90-degree angle. Point your toes. It's going to make it a little bit easier. Okay. So you're bringing your knees up. There you go.
It's in there too. I'm like, oh dear.
Your legs. Yep, there we go. All right. Now you're going to tap just the right toes to the floor. There we go. All right. So you're tapping right underneath your butt, right? I want you to think about tapping out a little bit further. Nope, just up towards me. Towards me. There you are. Right. There you go. Yep. Yes. Now try to keep your low back nice and still. There you go. It's just the right foot. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Left toes. Tap. 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 If you want to do less, you do it underneath the butt. If you want more, you tap further out towards the top of your mat. Keep going. You point your toes, make it a little easier. Touch the floor first before your heel. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees into the chest. And we're gonna rock up to the seat. You're killing me. No, I'm not. Promise I'm not. Take your blocks towards the top of your mat. I got dizzy. Good body. Bring the hands onto the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Close the eyes. We'll turn the head in both directions, looking over the shoulders. And turn to the left, turn to the right. And then come back to center. Drop the chin to the chest. Just hold there. So sitting up nice and tall. Come back to center. If it feels okay, go ahead and drop the head back. Right ear, right shoulder. Way to take your left arm out to the side. Turn the thumb face down. Bend the elbow and bring the back of the hand onto your low back. There we go. Stay there or take the right hand on top of the head and just rest it there. You're not pushing, you're not pulling, you're not tugging, nothing like that. We're just resting it on the head. Right hand's gonna come back down. We'll lift the head back up onto the left arm. Left ear will go to left shoulder. Right arm will go out to the side. Turn the thumb down, bend the elbow, back of the hand comes to the low back. If that's enough of a stretch, stay there. If you want more, left hand comes on top of the head. Take 2 more breaths here. Left hand back to your lap, undo the right hand, bring the head back to center. Go ahead and open up the eyes if they weren't already. Right hand's gonna come out to the side on your fingertips. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, take it over the right. If you feel comfortable dropping down to the hand or the forearm, you're welcome to do that. Just be careful because sometimes when you go to the forearm, this thing goes like this. We'll come back up. We'll switch sides. Left hand will come out. Right arm will reach. And then over to the left it goes. Coming down to that forearm, you feel comfortable or staying upright. And then we'll come back up to the center. Go ahead and crisscross your legs the opposite way. Inhale, both arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist to the right. One hand behind you, one hand on the outside of that knee. You want to look over the shoulder too, that's fine. Inhale the right arm up alongside the ear. Exhale, lean to the left. You can look under your shoulder up towards the ceiling, or you can look down at your knee or whatever feels more comfortable for your neck. We'll come up. Right hand will come down. We'll rotate back to center. We'll switch sides. Inhale, reaching arms. Exhale, twist to the left this time. One hand on the outside of that knee, the other hand behind you. Look over the shoulder if you'd like. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. And the left arm will reach up, and then we will lean to the right. Up and rotate back to center. Beautiful. Now I want you to bring the feet out in front of you. And we're going to come into 90-90 again. So I want you to drop the knees off to the left. One knee is going to come behind the foot. The other one's going to come out to the side. Nice. Now if your right butt cheek's off the floor, that's perfectly fine. You've got one leg behind you and one foot in front of you. Now you can also have the legs a little further out if you don't want to bend the knees that much, right? If this feels really tight. So we're going to sit upright, bring the knuckles together, and then I want you to twist to the right. There we go. Come back to center. Switch to the right. Come to center. Go to the right. I know sometimes I make you guys do really funky stuff, but just trust me, okay? One more. Perfect. We're going to come back to center. Left hand's going to come onto the ground. We're going to reach the right arm back. We're going to come back to center. We're going to switch legs. So the right foot will be in front. Left knee will come behind us. And readjusting yourself. So up nice and tall, both fists will come together, and then we'll twist to the left this time. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Come back to center. 3 more. 2 more. Last one.
The left is harder.
Right hand's gonna come down, left arm's gonna reach back. Then we're gonna come back up. Perfect. Now, we're gonna bring your feet out in front of you. And then come back down onto our elbows. I want you to bring the right knee into the chest. Flex the foot. And then the knee's gonna come in and the foot's gonna turn out. Here we go. We're gonna bring it in. And then the opposite way. There you go. Just kind of go back and forth here. So this is internal and external rotation. And then we're gonna switch. Take the right foot down. Left knee's gonna come into the chest. Left knee comes in, the foot kind of goes out a little bit, like you're kind of knee knocked. And then out, in, out. Do they still call them knee knockers? It's probably not a thing, is it? No? Knee knockers? You guys know like the shorts or the pants that had like the shorts with the zipper on them and you could turn them into, you guys remember those? Oh, come on!
I've never heard of those.
What? Oh, I mean, you aren't from around here. I'm just
No,
kidding.
I was gonna say, must be a southern thing.
We're gonna come back up to a seat. That's fine.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I know they were like these cargo-looking pants, and they had like a zipper that was around the knee part, and you could turn them into shorts. Like
They
I
had like
thought
a million pockets.
They had a million pockets. They're the
Those are like
best.
fishing pants. I had me a pair.
I might have
They
had
were
a pair.
90s.
See, I knew it. I was like, this gotta be a thing.
I'm gonna wear them now.
It was popular in middle school.
I'm gonna wear them Thursday.
So popular in middle
I
school.
need some Jinkos. That's what I need. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and grab our strap. Let's do a little bit more shoulder stuff. By the way, I just want to say that Sunday morning yoga ended with mimosas. Like, if y'all need a reason to wake up early and come to yoga, like,
So literally, if you snooze, you lose.
yes!
What
Yes.
if I just showed up at 8 for the mimosa?
I mean,
Does that count?
that's fine.
We showed up.
You can just
I can wear leggings.
It was actually really nice. Like,
It
it,
was
wasn't
nice.
sunny at all or anything, so it was awesome.
It
So
was
we're
a
gonna.
little muggy.
It was a little muggy.
I want you to
Sweaty.
keep liking me.
Huh?
I want you to keep liking me.
I
So
will.
evening time is the best time to do
You say, I mean, I'm not a morning person. That's
Yeah.
I've got to defrost.
Yep.
So take your strap in both hands. Right up in front of you, and act like you're gonna pull it apart, right? You're gonna take it up overhead, and then I want you to lift the shoulders up into the ears. Yep, and then take them down. Lift them up. Take them down. Lift them up. Take them down. Yep. And one more. Nice. Now I want you to keep the ribs pulled into the body. Lift up, and then take the arms back a little bit. Yeah, take it back as far as what was okay. Keep the ribs pulled in so you don't let the chest like pop out in front of you. And then we're gonna bring the arms back up and then lay it down in front of us. There you go, go up. Take them back. Now if you're like, man, I can't get them back that far, well guess what? Your strap can extend and you can make it longer. Alright, so if that makes it easier to go all the way back and around,
Oh
that's
my.
fine. Now, if that's not your tea today, well, you're welcome to come up, and then we just bend and bring it onto the back of the straps. There you go. Then up, forward, up, then the elbows bring it down, up and back. Now again, if you feel comfortable going all the way back around, you're welcome to do that. Wow. Now, if you feel comfortable and you're like, wow, that's pretty easy, guess what? You can bring the hands in a little bit. Here we go, up and around.
It's not easy, that's for sure.
No, it's definitely not easy. Yeah, especially if your shoulders are hella tight, then it's really not easy. So just having it back behind you, right? That's enough. We're gonna go 2 more passes wherever you are. And go ahead and release those bad boys to the sides. And your right hand up onto that right shoulder will just roll the right around. Go a little slow at first, drawing a little circle or a big circle. And then if you feel comfortable, you can start to move it all the way around. Don't be afraid to like make it a very exaggerated movement. You go in both directions. Perfect. And we're going to switch sides. So left hand on the left shoulder. If you know you've got issues in one side, make it a little bit easier on that one. Go in both directions.
It's getting moist in here.
It's getting hot in here. I know, I like the fact that I'm wearing socks just makes me like 10 times hotter. I do not wear socks. It's not.
Protecting those feet, aren't you?
Yeah, because I don't want them to. Yeah. So, we're gonna bring your arms into goalpost. All right. We're gonna do scapula protracting and retracting. Right. So your scapula is fancy word for your shoulder blades. Okay. You're gonna squeeze them together, but be careful of doing this. Right. So when I do that, I'm like poking my whole chest out. I just want you to just think about the shoulder blades coming together and then spreading apart, coming together, spreading apart. Getting around and give you a little feedback. So when you bring them forward, spread apart. Yes, there you go. You can take the arms forward more whenever you come forward. Yes. Cool. Yeah, squeeze it, monsters. 2 more. And go ahead, release. Do a little shake out.
I can sort of like that cat.
I hope you can swim like that. So I want you to grab both of your blocks. We'll hold them in our hands. We're going to bring your elbows in close to you. Right? So nice and tall. Imagine you have a string coming out of your hips. Right? You're going to bring them forward. Open. Forward. Touch your partner, it's okay. Bring him out in front of you. Forward, sorry, long. You gotta work a little harder, don't you?
I know, it's okay.
Take it out. Shoulders together. Out. Bring the blocks back to the top of the mat. Perfect. Then you come over on the hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees over, or under your hips. Sorry, not over. Toes tucked under. Go ahead and sit back onto the heels or the feet a little bit. Toes tucked under. Come back forward. Bring the left forearm to the floor. Bring your right fingers behind your right ear and twist to the right. Right elbow up towards the ceiling. Bring the elbow down towards the floor. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, elbow down. Inhale, exhale. Keep moving with your own breath. Keep pushing down into that left forearm so that your shoulder doesn't sink up into the ears. We'll bring the right forearm down. Switching sides. Left hand behind the left ear will twist out to the side. And then bring it down. If you need to adjust your knees a little bit, opening them up a little bit wider, you're welcome to. forearm's gonna come down to the ground. Go ahead, release the head, give it a little shake out. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, come up in a dolphin. No.
I'm like, wait, what?
Come up in a dolphin.
Oh.
Say it, do as I say, not as I do.
But I can't see.
Come up onto your toes, soften your knees, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Push down into the forearms, palms on the ground. Have this release. Alright, so we're gonna hold for 3, 2, push down into the forearms, lift the hips a little bit more up. There you go. 2, 1. Knees come down. We come up onto the knees. And then we're gonna bring the right foot forward. Back toe is tucked under. Thank you. Right ankle is underneath the right knee, toe points forward, tailbone tucked down towards the floor, reach the arms forward and up towards the ceiling. Nice. Lift the head up, kind of give it a little shake out. And then we're going to twist to the right, we're going to open the arms out into a T. We challenge our balance a little bit here today. Inhale, reach both arms up, come back to center. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist over. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back to center. Left arm is going to come down, right arm is going to stay lifted up towards the ceiling. Palm faces towards the tree wall. And lean back into that left hand and that right hand. And then release the head. I'm going to turn this one up a little bit more. Now your right arm, we're going to hug our right leg. Wrap the arm underneath the thigh. And then reach it back out. Inhale. Exhale, hug the thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hug. Option to lift the left knee up off of the floor if you want to add a little extra to this pose. Otherwise, you keep that left knee down. We're going to go for 4 more. Two more. Bring that left knee down to the ground. We're going to come up onto the left knee and then bring the right knee down, left foot forward. We're just switching sides. Tailbone to the floor, reach forward and up. Careful of the rib cage, because sometimes it likes to do this number, right? We like to kind of just rest and stuff. You want to keep everything nice and tight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to your right, or your left, I'm sorry. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open up. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Stay in the twist. Right hand comes to the floor. Left hand stays lifted up towards the ceiling. Open up through the chest. Palm faces the front door. If you want to go ahead and lift that right knee up, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we're going to start to hug the leg in 3, 2, 1. Hug the leg. Open back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep moving. You're going to go for 10 of these. And once you're done, holding onto the leg, go ahead and lift the right knee up. If it's not already, plant the hand, step the left foot back, come into downward dog. Stay up high on the toes, knees are soft, hips are going up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Feel free to do any other movements you want to do in this. So you can bend one knee and straighten the other. It's called walking the dog, taking a heel to the ground. Then lift the leg up, you can do a little twisty twist. We're going to take about 4 breaths here. So anything you want to do. If it feels better to do a child's pose right now, by all means go for it. If you'd rather do dolphin, you're welcome to do that too. They work different muscle groups, opening up different areas of the body. That 4th breath, bring both knees down and look up here. Go ahead and sit in any comfortable position that you want to while I show you this next bit of funness that we're going to do. So you guys know how much I love to challenge your brains. This one's going to be a little tricky, okay? So we're going to be in downward dog, and you're going to be bending one knee and slightly bending the opposite elbow. Okay? So it's gonna look something like this. You're gonna be in downward dog. You're gonna bend the right knee, bend the left elbow. Bend the left knee, bend the right elbow. And then just kind of alternating side to side. Now, if you don't feel comfortable bending both like that, you can kind of work on just doing one and then the other. Notice I'm not bending very much, am I? I'm not going like this, right? It's just a small bend on either side. If you'd rather just stick with the legs, that's fine too. I mean, it's completely up to you. So we're gonna come into downward dog. You can have the dog a little narrower, bringing it closer together if that feels more stable. And then we're gonna bend the right knee and the left elbow. Yep, and then alternate. Bend the left knee and the right elbow. And just keep alternating on either side. Hold strong. Don't worry about going super fast, right? Woo. You're gonna feel that along the sides of your body, I'm sure. Woo. We're gonna do 2 more on each side. If you need to come down early, that's all right. Up. And the knees are gonna come down. Sit back into a child's pose. We're gonna give the wrist a little break for a moment. Where did you guys feel that the most?
I don't think I was doing it right.
My wrist.
I know you're doing it right? Okay.
Yeah.
You feel it in your wrist?
Yeah.
My calves. Yeah,
I felt it on my wrists.
yeah, like it was like pain. You guys see? I see.
Doing it right, however, whenever you do go into the other arm, this lift. And when those lift, all of the way comes here. Okay, so like grab it. So if you think more into the fingertips and thinking about suctioning that sucker, that right or that pointer finger mound to the floor as much as possible. Like, because every time you're lifting, you're going like this, right? When that lifts up, it comes into this section. So if you think about planning that down and just really trying to glue, you really got to think about it. Trying to keep it there as you all this. If anything, take out the leg and try to focus just on the hands and the arms.
So like bending just the arms.
Just trying to bend the arms. And take it out and wrist it off.
She's got a bad wrist.
That's fine. I know that's what you have for me. I need to know that kind of stuff. So
I'm delicate.
Oh man. That's not true.
delicate.
You can't tell lies in here.
We're gonna come back to tabletop. Go ahead, tuck your toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, come into downward dog. I want you to bring your right foot up into the air. Flex the foot, turn the toes down towards the floor. Come up onto the left toes. Take the right foot down just a little bit more than you normally would. And then set it all the way down to the ground. Left leg's gonna lift up. Flex the foot, turn the toe down to the ground, and then take the foot down just a little bit. There you go. So you're not lifting it as much. Left hip's going towards the ground. Left foot goes back down. Nice. Look in between your hands. Take a little walk or a hop towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. Knees are nice and soft. Hands are going to come on opposite elbows. Let yourself just ragdoll. Belly on the thighs if it reaches there. And then release the arms down. Keep the knees bent. We'll roll all the way up to standing. Keep the knees bent the whole time until you come all the way up. Roll the shoulders. Sweep the arms out and up. Then bring the hands in front of your heart. Nice. Take your feet out as wide as your mat. Come out midway of your mat. So we're going to do a little rotation. I think Lisa and Christine, you guys might want to take your feet off your mat. There you go. Because we're going to do a little twist. And I know that y'all's mats aren't very, I mean, if you want to do it on your mat, that's fine, but I know sometimes they can get a little, yeah, a little stuck. So, all right, we're going to bend the right knee a little bit. And then we're going to take this right arm and we're going to twist to the left. Kind of punch that towards the left side. There we go. Now I want you to bend the right knee. And then you're going to spin onto that toe as you punch the right up. There we go. bring it back, bend the right knee, punch to the left, bend the right knee, bring it back, punch up, bring it back, punch up. Kind of like you're reeling the right arm all the way back, and then twist punch, right knee bends, here we go, 2 more, last one, and we're going to switch sides. So left knee's going to bend a little bit. Watch the knee. Sometimes it likes to go really far forward. You want to think about it going backwards. So you bend, twist the body to the right, and extend the left arm up. Nice. Bring it back. Twist. Back. Twist. There you go. So we're getting that side step. Also that nice rotation, reaching up. I'm going to go for 3 more. 2. Last one. Nice. Feet are out wide. Little bend in the knees, reach your arms out and up. And then forward and down towards the floor. This is a very narrow fold, so if it feels a little tighter than normal, that's alright. Soft knees if you need to. Let the head release. You're going to come up onto your fingertips. Lean most of the weight to the left. Come onto the right heel and lift the right toes up. Left knee bends a little bit. Take the right toes down. Bend the right knee. Lift onto the left heel so your left toes are up and they're kind of turned out a little bit. There we go. Take them down. We're going to switch sides. Right toes lift. Weight goes to the left. Switch sides. Right toes down. Right knee bends. Left toes lift. There we go. Come back. Beautiful. Plant the hands. Step the feet back. And then bring the body all the way down onto the ground. Yay!
Time for bed.
I think we're close. Yeah, we are getting close actually. Look at that. Time flies when you have fun. I'm just kidding. It's whenever you do a lot of core work in the beginning. So, I want you to bring the hands alongside the body. Untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are flat on the floor. Push down to the tops of the feet. Tuck the tailbone towards the heels. Hands are by your side. Let the forehead rest on the ground and roll the shoulders onto the back. Lift the head, lift the shoulders off the floor, but keep the gaze right in front of your, like right at the tip of your mat. Without moving the hands, you're gonna slightly pull back, right? Lift the head a little bit more, but keep the gaze down at the ground. And then I want you to lift the hands up. You're gonna take the arms behind you, thumbs face down. Squeeze the palms towards each other. Bring the arms back by your sides and extend the arms out overhead. Woo. Superman. Bring the elbows back in, extend them back behind you. Bring the elbows back in, extend them overhead. Woo. And then down. Let the forehead release.
Breathing is a problem.
Thumbs are up towards the ceiling. Oh. You're going to lift the head up. Look right at that edge of your mat. Lift the head a little bit more and then lift the arms out in front of you. So they're not all the way up alongside the ears, just right out in front of you. Then I want to see if you can lift your feet up. Woo.
Wait, I can lift my feet this whole time.
That's okay. That's okay. Reach out through your toes and your fingers. See if you can lift up a little bit more. You can lift up a little bit more. And then release. Bring the hands alongside the body. Tuck the toes. You're going to come up onto hands and knees. The forearms come to the ground. Shift the weight back. Come into child's pose. Knees can be out wide or together. Come up to hands and knees. We're going to do a little thread the needle work here. Right arm's going to come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, thread this right arm in between the left wrist and the left knee. Bend the left elbow, come down, and then we're going to come all the way back up. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, bring it through. Nice. Inhale, open up. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And then fold through. Hold here, letting the shoulder and the head come down. Left hand right in front of your face or overhead. Make sure the majority of the weight is in the shoulder. If you gotta lift the head off the floor a little bit, that's all right. We're gonna take the left leg to the back of the mat. Left toes touch the back, there we go. And then if you don't feel like you're gonna fall all the way over, lift the left leg up into the air. Woo! Point the toes. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Hold for 3, 2, 1, knee comes in. Push into the left hand, come back up onto both hands. Nice, we're going to the other side. Left arm's going to reach up. You like that one, Brett? Yeah. Left arm reaches up. Thread it through. Breathing here. Exhale. Inhale, extends back out. Exhale, thread it through. Shutting for 3 more. 2 more.
Can't play shot the con and not get us all excited.
I mean, I wasn't trying not to get you excited. I mean, go ahead, thread it through. Palm face up. Coming into your thread the needle. Remember, the majority of the weight's in the shoulders. Using your right hand to twist you a little bit more. Stay there. Take the right toes to the back of the mat. Feel the balance shift. Regather it. If you feel okay, lift the right foot up. Point the toes. Keep breathing. Look at these bad girls. Yeah. Oh, get moving. Let her bring the knee in. And then we'll come back up to hands and knees. Woo! Go ahead and sit back for a moment. Do a little backstroke. What did Betsy say? Double backstroke?
Yeah,
double backstroke. Yeah. Very nice. Bring the hands to the ground. Lift the knees, lift the hips, walk the hands back, and then come up to standing. Come to the top of your mat. Stretch the top leg. Let it rock up and down onto the toes and the heels. Come back to center. Go ahead and flip the right toes over. If it feels okay to roll the ankle around a little bit, you can. Then we'll switch sides. Flip the left toes over. Both feet down. Take the right knee up into the chest and then step it to the back of the mat. We're going to come up for warrior 2. So right toe points out, left knee is bent, arms come out into a T. Here we go. Now you want to think about this front knee. By the way, if having your foot like this doesn't feel good, you can kind of have it more out at an angle. But you want to think about if it is out like this, think about going forward and out, right? Not knocking in towards the side of the mat. Perfect. Now way to lift your toes off the floor. The front of the foot stays down. The front of the foot, just the toes. Out. That's all toes. Just the toes. There you go, both toes. Yep. Okay. Front and back. Front and back. Now, here's the next step. Hug your legs towards one another. Okay. Like think about your right foot and your left foot coming towards one another. Without moving them. Without moving. I got it. Awesome. You feel that? You guys feel that in the hamstrings? Alright, okay. Drop the toes down. Release the legs a little bit. Bring the hands to the hips. And you're going to step this front foot or this back foot to the front. There we go. Yeah. So if you want, when you're in warrior 2, I can come up, put my hand here, and think about your leg coming towards my hand. And that's going to give you that idea of those two coming together. Or you grab some socks, you come onto this floor, and you try to do this. Your legs are automatically going to want to go out, right? But with the socks, I have to think about them coming together to keep my spot where we're going. Now we're going to switch sides. Left knee is going to come up into the chest, and we're going to step this bad boy back. Warrior 2. So the toe points out to the side, right toe points forward, and the knee bends. Arms come out in a T, palms face the ground. This could be a wide warrior 2 or a hella narrow one. Alright, it's completely up to you. Now we're going to lift the toes up. That's first step first. Right? And then you're going to hug your legs towards one another. Right? Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Release the toes. Left hand's going to come down the back leg. Right arm's going to reach up. Reverse warrior. Come back, regular warrior 2. Windmill the hands down to the floor. Spin so you're on your left toes. Stay up on your fingertips and hop your back foot in a little bit. Stay on those back toes and straighten the front leg.
Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't have to go completely straight. It can be softly bent. If you feel comfortable there, start to fold your body over your front leg. Then add a little extra more. If you feel it too much, lift that back heel up. If you want to take it down to the ground, you're welcome to. It's going to add even more. Woo. Yep. Now we need to shift your weight into your front leg. Softly bend your right knee. Bring your hands in front of your right leg and lift your left leg up. So your hands are making like a bottom of an upside down triangle and your toes are the top. Right? So you got this nice kind of tripod of strength. Flex your left toes. Turn your left toes towards the floor. Lower the leg a little bit more. There we go. So if your left hip's out to the side, kind of turn it down towards the ground. Woo. Left foot's going to go right to the back of the mat. Bring the hands closer to your right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Left leg's going to lift. Bring the left knee in. Step it in between the hands. Woo. Hop your right foot in. And straighten that front leg. And again, it's a whole bunch of options. Yeah, so right foot back. Yep, there you go. Yep, and then straighten that front leg. Now, if you want it less, keep that back heel lifted. If you want more, take the right heel down.
Oh, I gotta fix my back.
It's all right.
Okay.
So sometimes you gotta move the goods manually.
Thank you.
If you feel more comfortable, you can fold over that left leg. Again, that's gonna add just more to the stretch. So feel free to adjust yourself. It's a big hamstring stretch. Hands are going to come forward. We're going to bend the left knee. Transfer the weight into the front of the the left leg. Damn it. Walk the hands forward and then lift the right leg up. So you're in this standing L shape. Nice. Flex the foot and turn the toes down towards the floor. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. I've seen it.
Feel it.
I've seen it. Take that foot down to meet the other foot. Plant the hands, step the back, knees come down, hips come back, and feet come forward for a seat. Bless. You guys made it? Guys. This is now where the bolster comes into play. Whatever. So, I'm going to show you guys the pose we're going to come into. It's going to be a nice little back bend, but I do want to give you two options, one with the block and one without. So I'm going to have this bolster in between my hips and underneath my arms, right? I'm going to fold over like this, okay? Now, letting the head drop back is a lot. If you don't like that, you can bring a block, kind of rest it like that. You can take it down a notch. That way it's not just like, yeah, just hanging. I mean, if you like it, by all means, knock yourself out. But if you want a little extra support, you can do that. Or you can do a blanket, too. You can kind of double fold the blanket. Fold it one more. Yeah, that should really go.
I'm too short.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's good. Cool, cool. Thanks. Everybody okay? You might not what?
I might not be able to get up after this. Alright.
This is like the last upright pose. So I'm going to take about 4 or 5 more breaths here. Oh. And then you're going to roll to whatever side you want it, and that's how you get off this. Roll to the side, put the hand down, elbow down. Did you like that one? Yeah. Okay. restorative?
already.
Got it. Got it.
Actually,
Yes.
sweating.
Did you?
Yes.
Good. Grab your strap. Lay down. If you want a blanket or something underneath your head, have that with you. If you need a blanket, you don't have one, let me know and I can grab you one. Go ahead and lay all the way down. We'll bring the right knee into the chest. Take the strap around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to play around a little bit more with some active and passive stretching, right? Instead of just opening out and crossing it. We will do that, but I just want to play around with a little bit. So if you are extremely tight, keep your left foot on the floor, okay? Now, a couple of things here. You want to hold the strap with straight arms, but you want your shoulders on the floor. All right, so if you need to release some of the strap, that's all right. So there's a huge difference between this and this, right? So, now, I want you to push, let me rephrase that. Holding the strap on the foot, I want you to act as if your foot's going to come towards me, right? Towards the top of your mat. But you're going to resist it coming away from you, okay?
Like holding me out.
Yep. There you go. Push, pull. Exactly what you want to do. If your legs wanting to go down towards the top of your mat, but you're not going to let it. You're going to hold it there. You're going to hold it. You're going to push your foot up into the strap as you pull down on the strap of the foot. And then I want you to release the leg, right? And then just pull up on the strap. Everybody's faces was hilarious. That's so funny. Perfect. Now, I'm going to hold the strap with the right hand and open it out to the right leg. Keep the left hip and the shoulders on the floor. I'm going to go over and manually staple you down to the ground. We'll come back up to the center with the strap, switch hands. And then when you're ready, take it over to the other side. Right arm can extend out. You can have it in a bowl pose, palm face up, really whatever you want to do with it. This one's a lot more relaxed. You can lift the hips, just keep your shoulders on the floor. Come back up to the center. Go ahead and bend the knee under the strap and sit the leg out nice and long. Switch sides when you're ready. Just bring the left knee into the chest. Placing the foot in the strap. And then same thing as before, right? Your leg's going to come towards the top of your mat, but you're going to resist it. Keep it there. Remember, your shoulders on the floor. And then I want you to push up into the strap with the foot as you simultaneously pull down on the foot with the strap. So like if you didn't have a hold of that strap right now, that foot would be like that. Release the leg and just pull up on the strap to this way. There you go. So just release the leg and just kind of let it go through the air and then pull it towards you. Woo! You can release it a little bit if it feels a little tight. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open it out to the left. Keep the right hip and the shoulders on the ground. Come back up to the center. Switch hands with the strap. And then we'll take the twist. If the knee needs to be bent a little bit, or if you'd rather just bend the knee completely like you do at the starter class, I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but I do a slightly modified version at the beginning, then I save the full Monty for the end. Because I feel like you're a little more warmed up now. And then come back up to center. Bend the knee and work with the strap. Send the legs out nice and long. Reach both arms up overhead, keep really long. Breath in. are going to come on the insides of the knees. We're going to grab the pinky toe sides or the big toes.
Like flip a what?
Flip that grip. And then extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Knees are going to go out to the sides. There we go. Now you can rock side to side if you want. You can extend one leg out. If you know your partner, I like to play happy baby bumper cars.
I'm not even gonna.
I had a couple people like knock other people. Christine's like, Lisa, you're really far away. I'm sorry. Can't get you.
You're not doing happy baby, you're doing weirdo.
What do you want me to do? How do you do it?
She's doing it. She's doing both ways.
Okay.
Okay, so before I get you guys out of this pose, I want you to pull down on your feet as you push your feet into your hands.
Oh God.
I've done my duty. Go ahead and release the feet. Bring the knees into the chest and then extend the legs out nice and long. If you want to bolster underneath your legs, keep the knees in the chest. I'm going to come over to your little hands.
Know that. Oh.
If you would rather come into any other pose with a bolster, you're welcome to. Coming into your final resting pose, whatever version of Shavasana that you prefer. If you'd rather lay on your side or your belly, you're welcome to do that instead. Taking some time with your breath here before you let it all go and release. Releasing any areas of the body that are still holding tension. Muscles in the face, tongue glued to the top of your mouth. Ever need to adjust or change positions in the next few minutes, feel free to do so. Letting the breath flow naturally in and out of the body, not forcing it, not worrying about the deep breaths. Letting all that good movement seep into the body. chin to your chest. Give yourself a thank you for making this time for yourself and for your practice, for also having an open mind and being willing to try new things that I throw at you guys. The divine light in me honors, bows, and recognizes the divine light in you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, doing home if my voice wasn't so screwed. I was like, I don't know how homey that's gonna.